Okay, test. Check. Can you hear my voice, guys?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, can we start now? Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our free training and carbon calculation using Invest software. It is really great to see you all here, guys. My name is Bayu Haki Suherman, and I will be your moderator throughout this session. On behalf of the Asberg team, thank you for joining us tonight. Whether you are here to explore new tools, deep deeper into environmental modeling, or just curious about how carbon analysis works, you are in for a super insightful and hands-on experience. So, what will we cover today? First, we will go over some carbon basics like emissions, sequestration, and carbon stocks. Also, we will jump into the particle part, how to use Invest and Quantum GIS, QGIS, to calculate the carbon. Don't worry, guys, we will guide you step by step. We will also keep things chill and beginner friendly. And of course, there will be space for a question, so feel free to drop them into the Zoom chat anytime. Then before we dive in, here are some links you will need for the session. Wait a minute. I already dropped in the chat box, June. Okay, what you will get after this session? By joining today, you will also receive access to our WhatsApp group, a recording of the full Zoom session, a digital e-module, and of course, your e-certificate of completion. To receive your certification, don't forget to fill in this form after the session ends. All right, that's all from me for now. Let's get started, shall we? Please join me in welcoming our speaker for tonight, Mr. Azhar, who will guide us throughout the
Hello.
session. Okay,
Yes.
Mr. Azhar, it's time for you.
Thank you, Mr. Bayu. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bayu. Good evening, all participants. Okay, I would like to share my screen. Okay, today we will learn about carbon calculation using Invest and Quantum GIS software. We know that is not only carbon calculations. Yeah. In the term of carbon calculation, usually called as carbon accounting. Yes. Okay. This is my profile. You might visit my LinkedIn and also my Skepas account. Okay. So why we learn about carbon? Yeah. Why we learn carbon? Because all of things in our life cannot live the carbon itself. Maybe we can see this picture. Do you know this picture? This picture is our DNA. Our DNA is formed by carbon, usually on the nucleotide part, with a 5 carbon sugar. Yes. So what happens if our DNA contains not complete carbons, maybe not a 5 carbon sugar, maybe only just 4 carbon sugar? So it will be the genetic mutations that leads to the disability baby born. Yeah, so that is the main role of the carbon in our body. Then carbon in our body, especially in our DNA, then can bond with other components like nitrogen, phosphor, and many others, and it will be the tissue, yeah, will be our skin, will be our bone, yeah. So our body contains much of carbon. Then we see what is this? This is our food, our food that contains the main nutritions. What is the main nutritions? Usually we eat three main nutritions that consists of carbon, carbohydrates, then protein, and also fat. Maybe a little of mineral, yes, and vitamin. Yes. But mostly we take carbohydrates, protein, and also fat. Yeah. So we need the carbohydrate that contains a lot of carbon. Although some people may be applying the other diets that they do not include the carbon, the carbohydrate, yes, such as the carnivore diets or the ketogenic diet, yes, that they eliminate the carbohydrate itself, but the protein and also the fat contain also the carbon. Yeah. Okay. Then we need also the electricity to support our activity. Our daily activity need the electricity. And we know that electricity is from the burn carbon from the fuel. So it emits the carbon. So all of aspects in our life need carbon. Yeah. So why we learn carbon? That is one of the reasons why we learn carbon. Besides the issue of climate change and also global warming that appears today. Okay. If we see, this is the carbon elements. Carbon elements has atomic number of 6. Yes, 6 atomic numbers, and also the mass, the atomic mass of carbon is 12. Yes, and carbon is non-metal. Carbon has high boiling point and also the high melting point. Yeah, the melting point of carbon is 3055 degree of Celsius. So it leads to the odorless and tasteless carbon. Yeah, because of the high melting point of the carbon, we cannot see the carbon itself. Yeah, because of its high melting point. And also we may see the atom of the carbon, and we may see the part of these electrons. Carbon may bound with other components and create a long chain. Yeah, we know, maybe when we learn about chemistry, we ever learned about the carbon chains. Yes. Okay. Then we know this is the animations about carbon cycle. As we know, according to MIT Climate, there are 350 billion tons of carbon dioxide circulating in this cycle every year, constantly. Yeah, so the carbon amount is constant. It is such as the energy amount, that the amount is always constant year by year. Yes. So from this, the most important things, we have to make balancing between the carbon emissions and also the carbon sequestrations. If the carbon emissions is higher than the carbon sequestrations, it will endanger our Earth. Yes. Okay. So the carbon in the atmosphere, yes, or we say as the carbon emissions, then absorbed by the vegetations, by the photosynthesis process, the change that results the oxygens and also the starch as the food saving, yeah, or as the staple food. And also the oxygen is needed by animal and also by human. Yeah, human breathing may result the CO2, yeah, or carbon dioxide, and it will be the carbon emissions. Then that part of the human and animals and plants will be decomposed, and it will be soil carbon. The soil carbon will be the fuel for our energy, yeah, our electricity. Yeah, as we know that 30% of carbon emissions is resulted from the electricity sector. Yes, that is from the soil carbon fuel. Yeah, from the results of the decomposition. It will be the carbon emission. So the main problem today is we have to minimize or decreasing the carbon emission, yes, to prevent the more higher of the earth temperature. Okay. So some programs, usually in my country, Indonesia, there is a net zero carbon program. This is to balancing. Yeah, this is to balance between the carbon emission and also the carbon sequestration. Yeah. And also, I think this is the international programs to achieve the net zero emissions. So we have to monitor. So this training is proposed to monitor about the emissions and also the sequestration. Yeah, by using the InTest software, we may know how much the carbon emission is and how much the carbon sequestration is. Okay. If we see this picture explains about the climate change. Yeah. What is climate change? Yeah. Climate change is not only occurred for the today or the past times only, or 200 past time only from the first 19th century until now. Yeah, because usually when we learn about the climate change, it is caused by the industrial revolutions. Yeah, because the foundation of the machine by James Watt in 1776. That leads to the climate change. But climate change occurs several times in this earth. Yes, maybe if we see these pictures, it started maybe since 1,000 years ago. Yeah, and we know in the earth there are 5 times, yeah, 5 periods of ice age, and the last ice age was 11,000 years ago. Yeah, ice age and not the ice age change to the other periods is the climate change itself. Yeah, but today the climate change is more than before. Yes, because there is the increase of the temperature more than before. Yeah. Okay. So what are the impacts of climate change? Yeah, the impact is the first is the global temperature have risen by 2 degrees of Celsius since the early of 19th, yes, until now. Yeah. So what's happened because of the global temperature increase? The ice in Antarctic and also Greenland melt. Yeah. And it results the sea level increasing by 20 centimeters every year until now. Yes. And the sea surface temperatures have increased by 0.33 Celsius since 1969. Yeah, so it will disrupt the marine life. Yeah, especially for the IUCN red list species. So this is several impacts of the climate change. Maybe we know the other impacts of climate change, such as the increasing of soil pH, yes, or pH of the soil that endanger the agriculture production. Okay, lalu then what is the correlation between CO2 and also the climate change? Why we learn CO2? Yeah, what is the correlation of that? Okay. The correlation is based on the research. In the early 19th century was the beginning of the emergence of the science related to the climate change. Why this science emerged or started? Because there was a problem in environment caused of the Industrial Revolution. Yes, the people in England and some countries in Europe felt there was a change of the temperature. Then in 18 and 20, French mathematicians put forward a theory regarding the greenhouse gas effect. Yes, that is the initial check. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, next. Sorry for the connections. In 18 and 20, French mathematicians put forward a theory regarding the greenhouse gas effect. Yes. So they think that is because of the greenhouse gas effect. And in the 18 and 50, Eunice Forte discovered that carbon dioxide could increase the ambient temperature. Yeah, you may read the paper. Yeah, circumstance affecting the heat of the sun's rays. Then in 18 and 59, John Tyndall in his proceedings noted transmission of radiant heat through gaseous bodies stated that carbon dioxide is able to absorb solar radiations. Yes, so it will link to the explanations of how the sunlight radiations or solar radiations to the earth and that are radiated and absorbed by GHG on the atmosphere. Yes, so the more GHG in the atmosphere may lead to the increase of earth temperature. Why? Because the sunlight radiations absorbed by earth surface. Yeah, after it is absorbed, the sunlight radiation will be radiated to atmosphere, and then the sunlight radiations is absorbed by GHG. Yeah, one of them is carbon dioxide. Then it will be radiated again, radiated to the Earth's surface. So the temperature is increasing. Yes, the more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the more radiation, and it will result the higher temperature. So Svante Arrhenius stated that reducing carbon dioxide, yes, reducing carbon dioxide emissions may reduce the Earth temperature. Yes, this is from his paper entitled "On the Influence of Carbon Acid in the Air upon the Temperature of the Ground." Okay, next, what is the carbon stock? Yeah, we know there is carbon stock, carbon emissions, and also the carbon sequestrations. It is like when we have money or saving money. Yeah, carbon stock is like the money we save. Yeah, maybe in bank account. Yeah, we have maybe $100. Yeah, for example, that is carbon stock. Yeah. So what is the carbon sequestration? The sequestration maybe is the increasing of our money. Yeah. Maybe we get the salary $100 per month. Yes. So the increasing of our salary or the increasing of our saving is called carbon sequestration. Yes. Yeah. But the carbon sequestrations, yeah, or the increasing of the money, yeah, in our saving, then save in the our saving, yeah. So that is the carbon stock. Okay. Then what is the carbon emission? And the carbon emission is like the money we spend. Yes. Yeah, money we spend to purchase all of our needs in the daily life. Yes. That is called as the carbon emissions. Now, so if we talk about the carbon stock, so carbon stock is the carbon stored on the soil surface and also in the soil surface. Usually, if we take the data from the remote sensing, usually remote sensing only provide the soil surface, yeah, above the soil surface, or we know about above ground biomass carbon stock. Yes, because that is so hard to get the below soil, yeah, below soil carbon stock. Okay, why the carbon stocks is different, yeah, quantities in each type of land use, yeah, or land cover. That is influenced by several factors. First is vegetation factors, yeah, such as the types of species, yeah, different species, different carbon sequestration. It will lead to the different carbon stock. Yes. Then the number of trees. Yes. The more trees we planted, the more carbon stock. And then the density of the trees. Yes, the more dense the trees on our region or our land, it will lead to the more carbon stock. Yes. Okay. Next is environmental factors like photosynthesis, yeah, growth, water content, sunlight, fertility, and temperature. They lead to the carbon stock on the land that we analyze. Yeah. So as climate change leads to the decreasing of the carbon stocks, yeah, maybe yes. Yeah. Why? Because climate change can can affect the temperature. Yeah, the temperature. If the higher temperature, the tree will be stressed. And when the trees are stressing, they are hard to do the photosynthesis. Yes. If the photosynthesis is hard to be done, the carbon stock will be decreased, will be lower. Yes. So that is the relation between the climate change and also the carbon stock. Okay. Next, the carbon sequestration. Usually, the carbon sequestration is counted by the ability of the photosynthesis. Yes. Now, how to count maybe the carbon stock to convert? Yeah, I say how to convert carbon stock to carbon sequestration. Usually by timing 3.67. Yeah, for instance, the carbon stock is 100 And so how much the carbon sequestrations? Yeah, 3.67 times 100. Yeah, so the result of the carbon sequestration is 367 ton. Yeah. Okay. Then the carbon emissions, yeah, carbon emissions is emitted by the fuel combustion and cement production. Yeah. Why our results of the breathing, yeah, that produce CO2 or carbon dioxide is not calculated as carbon emission, yeah, because that is only the little amount, yeah, not that is different from the fuel combustions, yeah, and the cement productions that has a large amount of carbon dioxide emission. Okay, so today we will learn about the calculations, yeah, of the carbon emission and also the sequestrations using the InVEST software. Okay, maybe if you have any questions, you might comment on the chat or okay. Any questions? Okay, I hope the participants have installed the softwares. Yes, the InVEST software and also the Quantum GIS software. Okay. Okay, the first things I would like to explain about the data that have been sent. Okay. There are some data here. This is TUPLAH. TUPLAH means land use, yeah, or land cover. Yeah, land cover in 20 and 19, yeah, and this is 20 and 24. Yes. So we will calculate or we will count the emissions, yeah, between to carbon content into different land cover. Yes. Okay. Okay. In this training, we use the stock difference, yeah, stock difference method, yeah, to calculate the emissions, yeah. Sorry, maybe you have to mute. Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay. Maybe you have to install both software, InVEST and also the Quantum GIS. For the first, I would like to open my Quantum GIS. To open the Quantum GIS, we have to search the Quantum GIS by searching this Quantum GIS desktop. Yes, Quantum GIS desktop 3.16. Yes, 3.16.0. Use desktop. Yes, wait until it's opened. Then we will start. we see our Quantum.js desktop. Yes. Maybe for the first time, your appearance will be different. Your Quantum.js appearance will be different. Yes. Maybe you are confused why my Quantum.js appearance or my Quantum.js desktop is different. Yes. So to make it SMS as my desktop, you may click right on your mouse, click layer panels, and also manage layer toolbar. Yes. To show the layer panels and also the layer toolbar. Why it is important? Because if both of them are not exist, it will be difficult to analyze our data. Yes. Okay. Why? Because to enter the raster layer, we have to click add raster layer. Yes. And also to show the layers, to analyze the data, we have to make the layers exist here. Yes. Okay. So what must we do next? Add raster layer. Click browse. Then click on the data. And ensure it must be on the GOT format. Yes. Not the all files or other formats, but it must be the GOT format. Yeah, you have to change it to the GOT format. And you have to ensure that you click before is add raster layer. Yes. Then choose tuplah 2019 and tuplah 2024. Yes. Both of them, you may click your control on your keyboard, on your keypad, click open, add. What is the number 125? It describes the number of the line cover. Yes. How to know it? Yeah. Maybe it needs a long process. Yes, it needs long process because we have to classify or perform the line classification. Yeah, usually it needs semi-automatic plugins, and then we classify one by one. Maybe in the next training we will learn it. Yeah, today we're focusing on the carbon user one. Yes. Okay. So what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes. Click how to know that. Yeah. I would like to click here. Classify. Okay. Data first. Okay. You may open the Excel that have sent. Okay. This is the code, LUC code. First, number 1 is forest, 2 is plantation, 3 plantation, 4 sublands, and 5 is water body. Yeah. So number 1, yeah, we define it as forest. Yes. How do we know? Because it is the result of our land classifications. Yes. Okay. And 2 is plantation. 2 and 3 are same. Yes, and equal. They are plantations. And number 5 is shrublands, and the last is water body. Yes. Okay. Okay. After that, we have to ensure the coordinates of this data. Yeah. We have to check. Sorry. This is crashed. Wait. Yeah. Usually, and in my laptop, if the QGIS is 3.16, it will be crashed. I changed to 3.334 or 8, yeah. That is same, yeah, equal. Yeah, the most important is the QGIS under 3 versions. Okay, at raster layer. Sorry, and to plus to. Okay, then we have to ensure about the coordinate reference system. Yes. You have to ensure that is using UTM, yeah, Universal Transport Mercator. Yes. Yeah, if you ever learn GIS, why it must use UTM? Because it will connect to the measurement of the size. Yeah, the size. Yeah, the size of the carbon. Yeah, the size of the carbon area. Yeah, because the result is the size of our measurement, like how many hectares of our carbon emissions, how many hectares of carbon sequestration, that is the size area. So I have to change it to UTM. Now, how if our coordinate is not UTM? Yes, we may change it. Yeah, you may click raster, then you have to click projections, then click warp. Yes, then you change it. Yeah, for instance, your CRS only WGS 84, then you have to change maybe to 48 and others. Yeah. How to know that? You have to search by Googling. Yeah. For example, your area. Yeah. Where is your area? Yeah. My area is in Indonesia, in Sumatra. Yeah. I will check it in Sumatra. Yeah. Okay. Now, maybe if you are from Malaysia and near Indonesia, it will be same. Yes. For your location. For instance, I will find my area, UTM zone, Indonesia. Nah, my area is here. Yes, in 48 South. Yeah, and 48 South in Sumatra Island. Okay, thanks, Mr. Brian. Okay, if we have select the uh, coordinate reference system, yes, both of them, yes, on the years of 2024 and 2019. Okay. Okay. I would like to symbolize, yes, to know the change of the area. Yeah. Number one is forest, again, isn't it? Forest, then is plantation. I give the color of green. Number four is shrublands, and last is water body. Bye. Bye. This is on 2024. Then in 2019, forest, which is plantations, the plantations. Number four is shrublands, and last is water body. Okay. That is the and cover on 2019, and this is the land cover on 2024. Yes. Okay. With those questions, like to answer. Okay, the recording will be shared by admin next. Thanks. Yes. Okay. Okay. If we would like to know, yeah, the change, maybe we may use the Molius plugins, the language change. Yeah. Okay. It is especially in the quantum GIS 3.3 to 38. Yeah. There is a Molius plugin to understand the language change. Initial, then ini, then next, add. Right, we would like to know the change. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Checking. Complete. Wait. Okay. Okay. You may see this is change. Yeah, change from the size or size area of the forest. Yeah, number one is size of area of forest. It leads to carbon emission. Yes, and there are the increase. There is the increase. There is the increase of the carbon. Sorry, the area of the plantations. Usually in Indonesia, it is called as oil palm plantations. Yes. What is the result? So the carbon emission is higher, carbon sequestration is lower. Yes. Okay. That is only to check, yes, to prove the data about about our data. Yeah. The next we will link it to carbon sequestration and also the emissions. Yes. Okay. Maybe any questions? The recording will be will be shared, yeah, on our YouTube channel next. Okay. Then we have to open our invest, yeah, and our invest workbench. Okay, wait it until. Okay, until our software opened. Maybe you will see your desktop, your invest desktop is look like this. Yes, so invest software, yeah, if you open the website, yeah, invest software is for analyzing the natural, the goods and also the environmental services. If you know about the environmental services assessment, you may use invest software. Yes, because the invest software means integrated foundation of ecosystem service and trade-off. And maybe in the next training we will discuss about ecosystem service itself. One of the ecosystem service today that we learn is carbon. Yes. Okay. So we click carbon storage and sequestration. Then we will enter the workspace directory. Maybe we try new folder. We have to create a new folder. Maybe we give the name invest. Click select folder. Then we name it carbon. Okay. Then input the raster. Yes. The raster must be in UTM. Yes. If your raster is not UTM, it will not be read by this software. Click here. Okay. Please click to apply here. So how to enter the CSV itself? Yes, the CSV, as we said here, you have to download here to know the format of the data. Yeah, no, especially the carbon data. Yeah, here you click carbon zip. Okay, you may open it. Carbon. Okay, nah, here. LC code LUCS name, carbon above, and others. Yes. How to get this data? Maybe you may input your field data or from the secondary data, or usually called as tier. In Indonesia, from the Ministry of Forestry, there is a secondary data. Yes. The data is in Bahasa. Yeah. So I will open the data. This is the baseline from our Ministry of Forestry in Indonesia. Okay. So we have to make the format like this. Yeah. Maybe I will open the new Excel. Yeah. To present how to create it. You have to enter LLC, the LLC name, see above, and others. So I will copy it here. So you have to know the code. Yeah, the code number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, as I explained before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1 is forest. Number 2 and 3 same, plantation. Number 4 scrubland. And water body. Okay. This is above, and we have to enter the data. Okay. Nah, ini sorry, this is in Bahasa. Yes. We will input for the forest. Yes, forest is in Sumatra. Yeah, Sumatra forest. But this is in ton per hectare. Yeah. If we see the pixel here, 1 pixel is not 1 hectare. We have to convert it first. The pixel, 1 pixel, yes, is not 1 hectare, but 30 meters times 30 meters, or 0.09. Yes. So I have to convert from ton per hectare, yes, or megagram per hectare to ton per pixel here. Yes. Okay. See above here in Sumatra is for the forest. Two thousand, 200, sorry, 221.45. Okay, we enter here. You have to know that 20, this is per hectare or per 10,000 meters, 10,000 square meters. Yes. So how to convert to 900 square meters, isn't it? Yeah? Yes, we have to convert it. So it is yes. Yeah, so the result is ton per pixel. Yes, to convert it because we count it by pixel. Then we enter the plantation. Yes, here this is the complete data. Yeah. Okay, plantation and others. Yes, it is from this data. Yeah, plantation here is perkebunan. Yeah, perkebunan in bahasa Indonesia. Plantation. Maybe in your country have the data, just input it. Okay. Okay. The carbon is not only the above. If you have the data about the below data, you have to input the data also. Here, the forest data for the below, below ground biomass is Sumatra is 64.22. Yes. Enter the data. 64.2. Okay. Then we times it with open. If the data is 0 on the data, we have to input 0. Yes. Because the CSV will not be read if we do not input anything. Yes. Yeah. Got it. To the new page. And okay. We have to save it on the Excel format. So sorry, CSV format. CSV delimited. Yes. Carbon data. Yeah. The data is carbon stack data. Yeah, carbon stock data. Okay. Then we back to invest software. Input the carbon pools. Click carbon sequestration, the future LLC. We have no RED scenario, there is no. I don't have it. Then click valuation model. The price of carbon may be $5. Yeah, this is only the examples. The annual market discount maybe 0.06 or 0.06. Then we click run. Yes, if you would like to learn about economic valuation, you may use this software. Yes, because in following the ecosystem service is not only the biophysical valuation but also the economic valuation. You may use it also. Click running. Wait it. Open the workspace. Okay. Data, current, and future carbon. You input that. Data. Okay. I remove it. The minus data means carbon emissions, and the plus data means carbon sequestrations. Yes. Usually in carbon trading, we are focusing on how much the carbon emission is. As to reduce the carbon emissions, we have to know the data of how much the carbon emission is. Yes. And usually the projects of the carbon trading, as for the payment, is from the difference between the emissions. Yeah. For instance, emissions in 2020 maybe is 1000, and emissions in 2025 is 500. Yeah, so there is a decrease, and the decrease 500, the 500 of the decreasing will be counted. Yes, and it will be paid if we talk about the carbon trading concept. Yes. Okay. Okay, properties, symbology, collected unique value. We may classify it. And the minus one is carbon emission. Yes, this is neutral, and it is the carbon sequestrations. Maybe we may change the color. Neutral, neutral, we change to yellow. Sequestration, we change to green. By green. Okay. And that is the carbon. Yes. Maybe if we want to take only the data of the emission and also the sequestration, we change it to white. This is the carbon emission and also the sequestrations. Yes. From these pictures, we know that the carbon emission is maybe higher. Yes, but we have to count. Yeah, to count the area. Yeah, how much the area? Yes, to prove the data. Yes, to make our data become more valid than before. Okay, maybe you add here. Emission and sequestrations. Yes. Also, okay. To measure it, you have to click processing. Please click toolbox. Click raster layer, unique value report. Data, current and future carbon, click run. Then you will see. Okay. Copy. Then copy it to our Excel. Yes. Okay. This is the pixel. We remove the pixel. This is the carbon per pixel. And this is the area. Okay. Okay, the questions. Okay. Then we begin to our exercises. We have to count it as to count about the usually it converted to in meters per pixels is okay. The minus is sorry sum to know you have to sum it. So sum it. Comparisons. So the carbon emission is sorry, why I divide it by 900 because 1 pixel is 900 is for the measure. Okay, this is in the ton. Yes. The emission is 2 million tons. Yes, copy here. 2.8 million tons. And the sequestration is 1.5. So if we divide it, yeah, this is not net zero emissions. Yes, the emission is larger than the sequestration. Yes. Okay. Yeah. To achieve net zero emissions, yeah, we need we need to reduce about the 0.8 millions. Yes, we have to reduce emissions of millions ton. Yes, for this area. Yes, for this analysis. Okay. Okay, any questions? I will save it. This file. I will save it. Okay. So to achieve the net zero emission, we have to reduce 0.5 million ton. Yeah, because of the carbon difference. Yes, from the land use change. Yes, this is only from the land use change aspects. Yeah, we have not counted from the industrials and transportations and many aspects. Yes, if we learn about the carbon scope, yeah, scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions, there are so many emissions, yeah, that must be reduced. Next. Okay, this is our map. Yes, our map of carbon sequestrations and also carbon emissions. Yes, maybe for the next steps, the last steps, we have to layout it. Yes, you press layout, click layout. Okay. We lay out it symbols in the simple form. Here that angel. Yes. Okay, the question. Okay. We will set it. Then at the map. Yes. At map. Log layers, yeah. You have to we learn about the technique in layouting. Scale. Sorry. Okay. Okay. We add the grids to appear the coordinate using WinJS to make it easy. The coordinate. Oh, sorry. Okay, too much. Okay. Okay, because QGIS is open source. Yes, this is the free software. If ArcGIS is paid commercial, I don't have it. And also the QGIS is is easier, yes, than the Quantum GIS. Sorry, than the ArcGIS, according to my opinion. Okay, we click the frame. Here the suffix. Okay, then we have to add the descriptions or the title. Ini Indragiri. Maybe Indragiri, I forget the name of the city. Indragiri Hilir. Yeah. From okay. Okay. Then we have also to add the not row, yes, and scale and others. Over here, and we add scale. Uh, you may use ArcGIS. Yes, the most important thing is you have to result the raster data from this software Invest. Yes, ArcGIS and QGIS is not too different. It is almost same for the layouting and other process entering data and other. Yes, but the more important thing in this training is resulting the data. Yes, you may use Quantum GIS, ArcGIS, or even Saga and many other GIS softwares. Yes, the most important thing is the TIFF, yeah, or the data resulted by Invest software. Okay, then we add the legend. Legend, click description. Okay, maybe there are so many colors here. Auto update. We remove if that is not important. Remove and remove. We change it, the minus to be emission, and the plus green here, sequestration. Click here, hidden. Okay. Okay. The legend is used for display or interpret the color. Yes, the color, like the red color means emissions, and also the green color means sequestrations. Okay. For the carbon storage and sequestrations is only used the difference method. Yeah, using difference method. For the variables, yeah, for this session is only these variables. But if you have the RLD scanner analysis, RLD LUCL raster, you may input it. Yes. But it will be different if you enter the other ecosystem services measurement. Yes. Like blue carbon measurement, then the solar measurement, wind energy, it will be different. Yeah. Because this software is not only about carbon, but other environmental service. Then if we have finished layouting, we may click export as image. Then we click here, map ya, carbon. Okay, we see our map. And then if we would like to write the paper, there's the data. Yes. Okay. What the data have been saved. I will share it on the group. Yes, WhatsApp group, and the recording will be shared by admin. And also we can save it as PDF. Yes, carbon. Yes. Scale bar and scale text same purpose. Yes, we can change it. Scale bar. Then we may change numbering. Okay. Then we save our projects, QGIS projects. Okay. Okay. You have calculate, yeah, Mr. Gajendra. Yeah, I have observed a given base. Yes. Wajazakallah khair. Amin. Okay. Yes, the way is same. Yeah. But the data you collected is from field. Yes. Ah, okay. Any questions? So that is the last, yeah, the last step of our method. Yes. For carbon storage, yes. Okay. If there is no questions, let me turn back to the moderator, Mr. Bayu. Thanks for your participations, and the recording will be shared by admin. Okay, Mr. Bayu.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Azhar. All right,
Yes.
we've now reached our Q&A session because we still have 12 minutes again.
Okay.
If anyone has a question, feel free to type in the chat box or raise your hand. We'd be happy to discuss. Any question? We wait until 21:19. Okay, Mr. Azhar, if there are no questions at the moment, that must mean everything was super clear and well explained. Either way, that's a great sign. It's how we've followed along really well. But guys, if anything comes to mind later on, don't worry. Yeah, you can always reach out through the WhatsApp group. Then before we wrap up, let's take a quick moment for photo documentation. If you are comfortable, please turn on your camera so we can take a group photo together. It is just take a few seconds. All right, get ready to smile in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Again, take a picture. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, let's bring us to the end of the today's session on carbon calculation using Invest software. On behalf of the ASBER team, thank you for spending your evening with us. We really appreciate it, your energy
thank you.
and yeah, your question. Okay, thank you, Mr. Azhar, and
Thank you,
all
Mr.
of
Bayo, and
participants.
all participants. Yes.